Good morning, everyone. Oh, excuse me. Good morning, good morning. So I'm just getting my sage going here to do a whole lot of clearing, but I'm just going to blow on it. So welcome if you're joining. Just getting my sage going. Good morning, good morning. Welcome. Morena. Excuse my, just getting my sage going. I was doing a whole lot of clearing. The candle went out, so welcome. Good morning. Yeah, let me know where you are joining us from. That would be amazing in the comments if you feel comfortable. And I'll just get the sage going. I normally use my own manuka and lavender, but it starts a bit of a fire, so I'm just using sage here. Okay, so welcome. Oh, the candle went out, which is a bit of a bummer. Never mind. Good morning. Okay, let me see if I can see you here. Yeah, that's a bit better. That is a bit better. Welcome, San Francisco. Wow. My children lived there for a little while. And I've been there quite a few times. I know San Francisco. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. That's amazing. Lovely to see you. So, good morning. My name is Lisa. I am a psychic medium and shamanic healing practitioner here in New Zealand. I am Indigenous, Native Māori descent. And yeah, so today we are going to be bringing through your dearly departed loved ones. Oh, beautiful. Yay, California sends love back to you. That's beautiful. Thank you, Miss Geordie Pie. And what a gorgeous Instagram name too. Good morning. Do you know what happens to me? Every single week on these lives, Miss Psychic D, good morning, beautiful soul. Do you know what happens to me every single week? I go blank. So I know a lot of my regular listeners, community here, come and join me every week, and then I get on here and I go, oh, far out, and I completely forget your names. They just go right out of my head. So I'm sorry. And then the more I look at your Instagram name, the more I forget your name, and I know your names. So yeah, do excuse me. So yeah, so this how I like to give my time for free is to be on this Instagram platform and bring through your dearly departed loved ones. Okay, if you'd like, hi Rosa, baby. Okay, so yeah, all right. So I use this platform to be able to bring through your dearly departed loved ones. If you've had a reading from me before, please wait and let others go first. It is just a one-time thing. And also, yeah, if you come onto the platform with me, please make sure that you're somewhere really nice and quiet, because this work is sacred, yeah, and I need to be able to see you, hear you, and really tune in and be with you. So that would be amazing. Yeah, and also don't come on here and test me. Don't come on here and test me. I have a few people that come up on the platform. I don't even know why they do it. And then they're just pretty arrogant and start testing me and, come on with a whole lot of attitude. And yeah, I don't know why anyone would want to do that, especially when I'm giving my time for free here, From the love of my heart. So welcome, beautiful. Let me know where you're joining from. If you feel comfortable, that would be awesome. I can see you all joining. This is awesome. Yeah, and then I will make a start. Okay, beautiful. So request to join. Yeah. yeah, if you'd like to request to join. Oh, wow, you're in New York. Oh, goodness, I really love. That is so amazing. I really love, from little old New Zealand here, being able to reach you in all of the most amazing places. You know, it's just, I love that about social media, being able to reach all the little pockets of the world from my little office here in New Zealand. That's just wonderful. Okay, so let's get this party started. I can't even sing. I don't know why I'm singing. Oh, beautiful. I just love watching you spread such joy. Oh, thank you. I absolutely loved Miss Psychic D. And as you can tell, your name has gone. Oh, it's right there on the tip of my tongue. I remember when we brought through your brother. Yeah, I'll never forget that. It was absolutely beautiful when we brought through your beautiful brother from the other side. Okay, so yeah, do request to join. Do request to join, and yeah, make sure you're somewhere beautiful and quiet, and I'll bring you, do my best to bring you on. And if you'd like to book in one-on-one with me, my website is lisajanemyers.com, and it's pretty amazing. You can do time conversion if you're living in another time zone. It does time conversion. It takes payment and everything. It's pretty amazing. Kia ora from Gizzy, from Gisborne. Amazing. I lived there, and my son was born there, my youngest. He's now 14 and a half. I lived there in 2004, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Amazing, beautiful place. And a lot of my Danielle, that's right, Miss Psychic D, and a lot of my ancestors are from up north as well, Tukumaru Bay. So yeah, I have really fond links to Gisborne, and also and up the East Cape, and also I took a trip. To Tukumaru Bay to see my great-grandmothers, Tuatini Marae up there. Man, this was ages ago. This was before I had my son. Wow, this is 16 years ago. And I wanted to connect. I wanted to connect with my ancestors. But of course, you know, I wasn't forcing it. I was trying my best not to push it, because the more I push it, the more I go into my mind, you know, and then I just go... and then it's a mind, I was going to say, yeah, it's a bit of a, it all just doesn't flow then, you know. And we were driving out of there, my girlfriend and I were driving out of there, and then suddenly I felt really emotional in my heart, and this big wave of emotion come over me, and I just started to cry and cry. And what it was so beautiful. And the kahu, our beautiful native hawk, was came down really close to the car, and then I just had those most amazing, overwhelming feelings and experience. And then my great grandfather, 5 generations back, Mahi Parau, came through and spoke to me, and it was just... yeah, I'll never forget that. It's really nice to remember that memory, actually. And then when I went back and looked on my whakapapa, which means for my beautiful American community listening here, when I went back on my family tree, there he was. And yeah, I was just about to drive out of there, and it was just a really amazing... yeah, I can still feel it. Sometimes, you know, sometimes English words don't really do it justice, but it was just this most amazing heart connection. And yeah, I always knew then, sorry, the light keeps flickering in here and changing. From then on, I always knew he would always join me when I was driving. He still does, especially long trips. And he comes out on the comes out on the road with me, and then he'll swoop in really low, and it's often a warning for me to slow down, just take a bit more caution, or to take care ahead. Yeah, so that's one of the ways in which he comes to me, which is really beautiful. Yeah, which leads on really to a question that I often get asked, and people say, "Oh, but I really want to speak to my grandmother, but she passed when I was really young, and she's been gone, 40 years, and how can you feel her? How can we contact her?" So I often get asked that, and it is exactly the same for me. My experience of them is exactly the same as someone who passes just a day before. Yeah, so, and a lot of mediums say different things, but that's my experience. Even so much so that I was just about going off to sleep the other night. And no, I'd gone off to sleep and then I woke. That's right. I got off to sleep and I woke up. And my grandmother, Nana Myers, she passed when I was 19 and now I'm 53. So, oh my God, the maths, 30-something years ago. Anyway, I could feel her. So I woke and I could feel her lying right next to me on my right side. And because I was sort of half asleep, I doubted it, like we do. I was like, oh, goodness. And then the more I softened, when I say softened, the more I took, when I say soften, I mean the more that I took my mind out of thinking about it, and the more I just softened and then felt into my heart. And it still brings tears to my eyes because, my goodness, I really miss her, the more I felt her presence, it was so beautiful. And she was just right there lying beside me. And in fact, it was so beautiful. So I just lay there for 5 or 10 minutes and really felt her presence. I didn't ask her what her message was. I just lay there and really enjoyed her presence, which was really beautiful. And she was actually my nana who, when I had really bad postnatal depression, my daughter's now 23? Yeah, she's 23. And when she was born, it was this massive awakening. And I didn't sleep much, of course. And then I started to hallucinate a bit, and because I was just so tired. And my nana used to come and visit me every night between those wee dark hours, when you're a new mum, you don't know what you're doing and you're scared. I was pretty terrified, and she would come and sit on my shoulder. And up until then, I was 29, and I'd sort of numbed down, I'd numbed down a lot of my abilities with alcohol, which of course I stopped when I was pregnant, but alcohol and just trying to numb everything down. And also because that was back in the days when there wasn't people around talking about it like I am now. And she would come and visit me and reassure me that I was doing a really beautiful job and to keep going. And she would just sit on my shoulder. It was really beautiful. And, reassure me that I was okay, and to trust my heart and my intuition and mother from my heart, not be trying to do the right thing and bust my fufu all the time. Oh, thank you for all the hearts. Yeah, so... it was really beautiful to lay there with her the other night, and she had this. She had this hand which was a stump, and so did my grandfather. And because my grandfather they're both Māori. I'm Māori on both sides, Indigenous Māori on both sides of my family, and my grandfather, he was rough as guts, man. He used to get dynamite and then throw it into the water to kill all the fish, and then he'd, scoop them all up with I don't know how he did it. Anyway, my grandmother went into the went into the shed and touched the dynamite and blew her hand off. And so I never forget her hand. She was really, she was like, what's her name, Cruella off the 101 Dalmatians. She dyed her hair black. I often think of myself because I dye my hair quite dark, and she wore these really flamboyant clothes, and then she had the stump of a hand that she'd drive her big like American car with, and then she would smoke all the time, and she was quite a character. In fact, there's been many times where I dress, and I often think of her because she was quite flamboyant in the way that she dressed, and she wore peacock feathers to my I was going to say my mum and dad's wedding, and she was really self-expressed, and she was divorced as well when I was really young, and yeah, I'm exactly the same way, so I often think of her. So it was really beautiful. It was really beautiful sharing those moments with her. And also, as I said before, not asking her a question, not speaking with her, because the experience was more from the heart, So it's her beautiful presence. It was her beautiful presence that I enjoyed, and she enjoyed the same. So I hope in some way that this, this sharing, this kōrero, this conversation, this sharing, helps you to feel your dearly departed loved ones as well. And oftentimes what I share here is that it can be so subtle. It can be just so very, very subtle. Our experiences, it really in the subtle realms, just feeling their beautiful presence, and when you share those beautiful heart moments with someone that you love, and it's not the words, it is the words, but it's the intimacy, the depth, the sharing breath, sharing heart, sharing space. Yeah, it's those moments. And yeah, that's what I wanted to share. So it's interesting, often before I come on these lives, I have a conversation with my loved ones on the other side and my guides, but it was really quiet this morning. It was really quiet, and I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? And I didn't get much. And I have to trust, because sometimes I'll bring through a healing, or sometimes I bring through your dearly departed loved ones. Other times I switch it up, do something different. And it was really quiet this morning, and I'm like, no, that's cool. I'm just going to roll with that and just trust. And yeah, I didn't know that I'd be sharing those stories. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, everyone. I appreciate you. Okay, I'm going to bring through, and I wanted to say, baby, if you're still here and you are joining from New York, please do request to join again. Yeah, you said that you wanted to bring through Rosa, so do. If you'd like to request to join, do that. And welcome if you've just, yeah, good, beautiful. Okay, request to join. That would be amazing, and I'll do my best to bring you on. Beautiful, and I can see Mitch Mitchell is here from Gisborne, and I can see all of you. That's wonderful, amazing. So welcome. Thank you for joining. My name is Lisa. I'm a psychic medium and shamanic healing practitioner here in New Zealand. So yeah, welcome. Alrighty, let's see if we can bring some water. Let's see if we can Hello. Oh, I wonder what is happening here. Hello, are you there? Oh my goodness, that's the thing about going live on Instagram. Hi, good morning. Kia ora, kia ora. That's the thing about going live on Instagram. If you don't want to come on, please just click the cross at the top so that you can go off, so then we don't have to look into your pantry. That would be amazing. That's the only thing with,
Oh, is it me?
yeah, it is.
Oh, sorry, I'm just making my breakfast. I don't
Oh,
know how
that's
to
all
work
right.
these things.
I'm laughing. No, don't worry. That's the thing. That's the thing. Kia ora, kia ora. That's the thing that I absolutely love about Instagram. It's like it's it's really raw. It's really raw and yeah, it's funny. And also that I cannot people that come on like yourselves, I can't remove you. You have to do that yourself. That's a whole funny thing.
And I don't even know because, like, my family's all on it too.
Oh, okay. So would you like to did you want to be on here or did you want to go off?
Oh, yes, I did. I just thought I was listening when I was making my breakfast.
Oh, crack up, funny.
I
Oh, this
haven't
is
been on before, so I'm not quite sure what you do.
Oh, okay. So I give my time away here for free to bring through your dearly departed loved ones.
Oh,
Okay?
okay. Yep. I
Yeah.
thought I was just listening to everybody else's, so.
Oh, you can do that as well.
But
If you want to go off, you can do that,
oh,
and I can.
I don't mind being here. It's just unexpected, that's all.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if there's someone that you really want to talk to on the other side, that would be great. Otherwise, I can let
Yeah.
someone else come onto the platform if you're not prepared or.
Oh, no, that's okay. I just haven't really prepared to be on here. But no, just I think just anything that wants to come through for me would be great.
Okay, so how I work best is that if there's someone that you really want to talk to, I'll bring them
Okay.
through. Yeah, I don't just give messages of guidance. I,
Okay. Probably my auntie is the person that I connect with the most,
yeah,
that I think about on the other side. Yeah, she
mhm,
passed away probably over 10 years ago.
yeah, and
Um,
if you don't mind, if you could just sit, I just ask too that um, if you want me to bring someone through, that you can sit somewhere where I can see you and hear you, because this work is really sacred. And if,
okay,
yeah, that would be amazing.
sure. So
What is
just
your,
anywhere that's kind of quiet?
yeah, just, yeah, I ask
Okay.
that you sit somewhere quiet just so that I can connect with you. Otherwise, it's quite hard
Yeah.
for me to
Yeah,
do
no,
the math.
that's okay.
Mm, yeah. And so, what is your auntie's first name?
Lena, Auntie Lena.
Auntie Lena, Auntie Lena. Okay, I wonder if this is Auntie Lena. Auntie Lena has a big presence.
Hmm.
Is this Auntie Lena? She has a big presence. Um, okay, and did she pass suddenly? Sometimes it can be. Sometimes I can get the person that you're asking for, or it can be someone else that's really close as well. Some.
Yeah, she found out that she had cancer, but she was only a few months before she passed away. So it wasn't long between her finding out and passing.
Okay, yeah. For her, it suddenly. She's saying. Did you say Lena?
Yes.
Yeah, because I've got someone else here as well who's trying to jump the queue. That's what they
Oh,
that's
okay.
what they like to do, is jump the queue. But she's not letting them. It feels like it's your grandmother on your mother's side that I've got here as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your grandmother on your mother's side, they're both here, and Lena's here as well. And I'm doing a lot of hand actions, and Lena's quite. Um, she's got a big. There's a big. I want to keep going. There's quite big energy about her. Quite
Yeah.
big, yeah, big. Like you certainly knew she was in the room, and
Yeah,
she
yeah.
and she's saying that, and she's tapping her heart, and she was saying that for her it was really quick. Her passing was really quick to digest, to come to
Yeah.
terms with. To it was just so much. She
Mm.
felt like time just sped up. Time,
Yes, yeah. Yeah, it
yeah,
didn't seem very long.
yeah, time just sped up for her. And she still had a lot. well, it's not such a great, she was going to say, well, this is what, these are her words actually. She's saying that she still had a lot of living to do.
Yeah.
And she's showing me where she is with you, when she's with you now. Yeah, you're ride or die. You're ride or die. She's saying that those are her words. You know that
Yeah.
expression? Yeah.
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
saying, yeah, very much you are each other's ride or die. Just it's interesting all the words that she's using, given that she's
Mm.
on the other side. But she's a character. She's got quite a lot of. It almost feels as though she would speak. She did quite like to shock, or quite like to surprise, or quite like to. She sort of lived on that edge a little bit, you know, of
Mm.
yeah, when she would speak about things, and she'd kind of be waiting for a bit of a surprise or a wind up, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm, mm. Yeah, and she's she's doing this dance. Okay, so she's got her hands, and then she's going like that and wriggling her hips. She looks as though she would. She looks as though she's the absolute life of the party.
Yeah,
Mm.
she had a bit of a sense of humor.
Yeah, she's had an absolute sense of humor, and she's saying there was no way that she's funny. She's saying there's no way that your grandmother was going to leap the queue, you know. She's saying, and then she's sort of patting her. She's
Yeah.
patting her lovingly, lovingly, but also, you know, also she's giving her the look, you know, saying
Yeah.
that yeah, she was going to be in here. Now, just give me a moment, because there's something that she's saying, talking to me about something that you've been working through, a decision
Mm.
that you're making, a decision that you're making, that you've been sitting on for a little while. Because she used to make decisions quite quickly. She used
Yeah.
to make decisions quite quickly, and for her, she's saying that you've been thinking about it for a little while, and she's saying for you to, you've got everything you need. Take the leap, take the leap, take the leap. And then she's saying she's there to fly with you, fly with
Okay.
you, with it. Oh, and she's showing me. Okay, so she's showing me you working through things, almost ticking all the, dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's. She's saying enough of that. Just take the leap.
Okay.
Do you know what it is? You know what I'm referring
Yeah.
to? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's funny. Oh my goodness, she's funny. She made me laugh because she's saying she knows. She knows. And she's saying, I don't want, not that time's running out, but she's saying, look, I don't want us to be having this. And she's got a hand on her hip, her left hand on her hip, and she's trying not to roar with laughter. And she's saying, look, I don't want to be having this conversation in another 6 months and not in a
Yeah.
year. You've done everything. You've done all the prep. You're really well. Yeah, you're ready. You've done all the prep. And she's saying,
Okay.
this is why she wanted to get through and to be able to connect with you. Even though you were eating your breakfast, she was going to
Yeah.
make it all happen.
Embed my toast.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So she's saying, Lena's saying, have the confidence, because you're going to be really well supported. You already know this though, eh?
Yeah, it's nice to hear it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Cool.
yeah, take the leap. So that's
Nice.
yeah, that's Lena. So
Wow, what a way to start the day.
yeah, there we go. There we go. That's a lot of food for thought, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Lena. It feels like Lena, boom.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah, Lena landed, and here she is with a big, beautiful, heartfelt, empowering message. And she's kind of doing, oftentimes I'll mimic your dearly departed loved ones, and she's kind of doing this, like, you know, like I mean business.
Yeah.
Business. Just because I'm on the other side, nothing changes, you know.
Yeah.
And then she's saying, sort of she's saying, "Oh, you cannot expect you cannot expect to talk to me about this all the time, and then not expect some, yeah, some kind of answer in this way." Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, someone's on here. Beautiful Chrissy Knight is saying she's telling you to hurry. What more are you waiting for? And then she's got laughter emojis. So yeah, we've even got everyone here in the community getting messages from Lena as well. So she, you know,
Oh my goodness.
she's really like,
That's her big presence.
she's throwing her
It's
big
not just
presence.
me.
Yeah, she's throwing her big presence around in the most beautiful way.
Oh wow.
And
That's
knitting,
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Feel that.
Oh, thank you.
Let that land on your heart.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. Well, lovely to
Thank
meet you.
you.
And I'm so
You
glad
too.
yeah. And aroha nui, and take the leap.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
How do I
pleasure.
come off here?
Okay, so what you do, you can see at the top,
Yep.
on the right, there's a little cross.
Okay. And just push that.
Oh, it says, "I'm Jane's sister." Are you Jane?
I'm Jane. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's what I always love about these, oh, excuse me, sniffing. Sometimes when I have a little cry.
It's all right.
It's what I always love. This oftentimes happens is when, like, for example, you're on here,
Mm.
and then whānau join. I had this happen with a beautiful wahine woman a few weeks back, and her whole whānau were on and listening, and then it was so gorgeous. So it says,
That's
"I'm
what
Jane."
happened. I don't even know how that happened.
Yeah, it's so we've got I'm Jane's sister, Morena Sissi, and then Tawera Kahi, I'm her daughter. So yeah, you got your whole whānau on here. So they all going to be supporting you.
Morena.
Morena. So
Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
beautiful. So
Thank you
if
so
you just,
much.
absolute pleasure. So if you just go on the cross at the
Oh, thank
right,
you.
yeah, that's the one. Okay. Mā te wā, aroha nui. Oh, that's so amazing. That's so beautiful. Wow. I love, that's so gorgeous. I don't even know what to say now. It's so, it's always so beautiful because, our loved ones are the exact same, that, have the exact same personality on the other side. That's how I experience them as they did here, and exactly the same way that Lena did. Lena, her beautiful, when Jane asked to speak with her, I just felt this huge, beautiful, big presence, and you would have seen that. You would have seen that when Lena came through, and it's really obvious that it's her. How gorgeous. And then wanting to get the message through about letting Jane know to jump. Oh, beautiful. Monzarihia. Beautiful. You're saying you finally caught one of my lives. Gorgeous. So amazing to see you all. Thank you for joining. So, yeah, oftentimes, when I read for and bring through your dearly departed loved ones, their presence and energy just stays with me for a little while. And yeah, sometimes I've had a few people ask me, does it drain you? And no, it doesn't, because for me, it makes me happy. I get to connect you. I get to connect you with your beautiful loved ones on the other side, and it comes naturally, easily for me. I was, born. I was born like this, been talking to, talking to people on the other side. Since I was very little, so it fills my heart. I absolutely love it. Comes easily, comes naturally, and comes easily. I got asked that by a friend the other day. Oh, does it drain you? And it's like, no, it fills up my heart. Okay. So if you would like me to I give my time for free here, and I like to be able to bring through. I can't even speak. I can't even speak. Just okay. So yeah, If you'd like me to bring through your dearly departed loved ones and you'd like to join me on this platform, please make sure that you are sitting somewhere quiet. This work is sacred and beautiful, so I like to be able to see you, hear you, yeah, and come with an open heart. And yeah, that is all I ask. Oh, that's so funny. That was so gorgeous. Okay. So I'm going to bring through. Okay, I'm just going to bring through. Kia ora, good morning.
Kia ora.
Good
I'm
morning.
Chrissy.
Chrissy, gorgeous to see you. What a beautiful smile. What a lovely. That is such a lovely.
Thank you.
Welcome, welcome. And where are you in the world?
I'm in Wellington.
Are you? That's my hometown. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, just amazing.
Cool.
Kapai. Good. So talk to me. Who would you like us, I say, us, me and my guides. Who would you like us to bring through for you?
Well, I'm sitting in my mum's chair, so I'd really like you to see if she's there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me see if we can bring through your mum. And please, can you tell me your name? Let me know your name.
My name's Chrissy.
Chrissy, sorry, you just said that. I often do that. I often do that when I get on these lives. It's so funny. My frequent listeners, I'll forget their names, and then it's almost like I'm air traffic controlling. I've got yeah, there's quite a lot happening. Okay, Chrissy, so your mum. Yeah, first of all, I have, and then often what happens too is all your whānau on the other side will be trying to come through as well, so I can get quite a lot. And so I've got your excuse me, sniffing. Aloha mai, I was just having a wee tear, a wee little tangi from before's reading. So I've got your grandfather here on your father's side and your mother's side, both of them actually as well. And your mum is here. I get a sense of her presence, and that she was more a thinker, meaning she was sort of quieter in nature, that she would sit back and observe. Not a thinker, that that she would observe. So that hence why your grandfathers came through first, and we've got quite a gathering of your whānau family here. And your mum, oh, beautiful. Your mum has the same smile and grace and presence as you do. Beautiful. And I almost want to, I can't see you as clearly, but your eyes, were her eyes, don't worry about coming closer, it's all right, just be comfortable. And were her eyes a light greeny colour?
So they were actually brown, but she always wanted green eyes.
Oh my goodness, this is so funny.
She got the green eyes.
She did. You know what, this is so funny. Because oftentimes what happens is our loved ones will show me themselves, your loved ones will show me themselves at a time that they were looking their best, you know. And if they passed when they were a little older, they'll, you know, I've experienced having loved ones come back and show themselves, you know, when they look their absolute best. I had a father come on quite a few months ago, and he was in Zimbabwe, and he kept showing himself. I mean, he passed when I think he was in his 60s, yeah. And when he kept showing himself really musty and with his top off, and I'm like saying to him, like, I can't show you, I can't say that, you know. And then I finally did, and his daughter said, oh, that's the way he would always, you know, he was always flexing. And it's so funny, your mum is showing, I'm not quite sure why I shared that story, but your mum is showing the brightest green eyes, her brightest. And she's kind of, there's a real grace about her, you know, and she has these beautiful green eyes. Um, and she's laughing because that is how she wants to be remembered. This is how she wants to be remembered. Okay, did your mother have a past of an illness? Was she unwell for a little while before she passed?
Yep, for
Yeah.
about 2 years.
Yeah. So she's
Yep.
saying that she wants to, and so when she was showing these her beautiful green eyes, mind you, uh, um, she's saying that she wants to be remembered with the light in her eyes. She wants to be remembered with the light in her eyes and not as unwell. You know, she doesn't want to be remembered as um, unwell in the time before she passed. She wants to be remembered as the light in her eyes. She's repeating that again and reflecting the light and a shining light, but in a gentle, in a graceful way. I'm trying to do justice. Okay, so your mother feels as though she was beautiful with words, or um, beautiful with words. So I'm trying to do justice to them, and I feel like I'm not, you know.
Yeah, she didn't. I feel like she didn't really. She wasn't able to express herself like she really wanted to. She was full of love, and she um yeah,
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 that, exactly. And that's making me um, a little tearful, because exactly what you just said then is the experience that I'm getting when we speak, when the three of us speak. Yeah.
yeah.
Something is just beautiful is happening in this moment with her. Um, and it actually goes back to when I was sharing, I don't know if you were on in the beginning, when I was sharing about feeling my beautiful grandmother's presence the other night. When I lay in bed, I was sharing about feeling my grandmother's presence, and I didn't ask her, we didn't speak. She's passed away, but I got to feel her heart. I got to feel her heart and her grace and her presence and her love for me. Her love for me, and I felt like I didn't want to ask any questions. I just wanted to lay there with her and feel her beautiful presence. And when you spoke about your mum, it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same experience. And when we just paused then before and took that beautiful moment, that was exactly the experience that I was getting, that was coming through for you. As beautiful. You can feel it, her presence, and you're sitting in her chair, and her heart and her love for you. And she's showing me this eternal thread, and again it's a greeny yellowy color. It's the beautiful color of her eyes, and that she lives on through you and you live on through her.
Yeah, I feel closer to her now. Like I feel her, I really feel her love,
Mm.
and um, yeah, like I like to stay with that.
Yeah.
I talk to her more than I've ever talked to her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm. She's got a
mm,
white hanky. She's got a white hanky, and it's pressed into like a triangle. And then she's just got few wee tears, just tears. She tears because she knows, and now I'm just shaking my table here because she bubbles up with a lot of emotion, and she sits in her chair where you're sitting as much as you sit in her chair, and it's like keeping 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 her memory alive, and the energy, the wairua, the it's not magic, but it's that essence. You know, when you've gathered a whole lot of whānau at the table and you've all had dinner, and then there's this energy that's created around the table, and the food and the laughter and the love and the arguments, and then the table is cleared, and then everyone leaves, it goes home, and then you look at the table and it still has that presence, and it's exactly the same as the chair that you're sitting in. And there it captures a magical presence, and sacred, a really sacred. Gosh, it's so hard to put into words. I'm trying my best, as you can tell, and you are as well. But it just captures this most amazing moment of time, and those times that you were together, and that you still are together. And she's doing this dance, like this woven sort of dance of you. Yeah, that's captured in this chair. But she's saying, even when you're not in the chair, you are. There's this most beautiful aroha, and
like energy,
and
like energy.
Yeah,
that's the so she words weren't really her thing, and there I find it really hard as well.
Yeah.
But I feel like our energies say the same thing.
Yes. And that's why I struggle so much with English, because my goodness, it's my first language. But actually my first language is energy, like your first language is energy. I can see that. I can feel that same resonance. And exactly the same as your mum. And now she's getting quite animated, because she's saying, yes, it is the language of energy. And she's getting quite sort of beautifully animated. And she's saying that because this is the language of energy that comes from the heart. It comes in the quiet. It comes in those subtle moments. The heart speak. Yeah, she's so glad. And she's coming in really closely. That's why I took off my glasses. She's coming in really closely like this, and her bright green eyes. Her bright green eyes and her big smile like yours. And she's saying, yes, you absolutely hit the nail on the head. And so that energy, wairua, that is experienced as much now as when she was here. It doesn't matter. Time, energy is energy. It's always here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like she's allowed me to really feel that since her passing. Yeah,
and also your mum's saying too, also for her as well, to be able to rest with you and be able to be in that space as well. Because she wasn't. Okay, something's just shifting here. Yeah, because exactly going back to what you said before, actually about her not being able to explain that. And she's loving that you both have that, the deepening of that connection. Yeah, the deepening of that connection now, and the depth, being able to both experience that. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. And she's saying that she's so thankful for that. She's really thankful for that. Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
So when she passed, she couldn't communicate in just the last bit.
Yes.
And my brother really struggles with that bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Can I just ask that, was she all right? Like, was she all right?
Yeah, do you mind just giving me a little bit more, if that's okay with you, a little bit more detail about, and we can bring your brother into this corridor, this sacred space too, his heart, just gently with his permission. But if you can just share a little bit so that the healing can come through for him and for, without
So, so, she was, we administered some pain relief, which stopped, which I knew she was still there, but she was like, couldn't speak. And she was asleep or whatever it is, whatever state that is. But for my brother, he found that really hard. Actually going through that transition, and he's holding a lot in his heart. And I don't know how to. The last thing Mum said to me was I had to help him through it, but I don't know how.
Okay.
Except for loving him.
Yeah. Except for loving him. That's everything. That's absolutely everything your mum's saying, and she's coming through really strongly. And your mother's saying that that's everything, your love for your brother and your yeah, okay. And she's also saying that you need to, please, she's saying, please, my dear, you need to take it easier on yourself. She's saying to stop busting your foo-foo, yeah, and she needs a little bit of laughter because she's saying, oh my goodness, and she's just wanting to sort of get right there and say to you, please take a whole lot. She's saying, take a whole lot of pressure off yourself. We need, okay, right? She's saying, she's got a hand on her hip and she's saying, we need to get right in there with you. and she's being funny, but she's saying, give you a good talking to, and that we need to take a whole lot of pressure off you, because at the moment, although you feel that mamai, that pain is there with your brother, there's a whole lot more that's being held over you in responsibility, yeah? And that is what needs to be that's what needs to be in this corridor, in this conversation, to be just gently dropped away from you, because my goodness, you don't need that. In fact, you hold up a lot of people. It feels as though you hold up a lot of whānau, you support a lot of family, yeah. And your mother just needs to almost go like that. She's saying, I just need to pick you up. Oh, look, here we go. Just pick you up and just put you over just to rest for a while. Because she's saying she's going like this and saying that you're balancing and supporting a lot of people, in particular your brother, and your mother is also letting you know that it was time for... Oh, okay. It was time for her to pass. She knew that for her it was just in those few moments, it was gradual, and she was ready, and she was being welcomed to the other side by whānau, by family. And so what is it that your brother is finding hard to come to terms with?
I feel like he feels he had a part in it, which, I know he didn't, but I don't know how to help him through that. Like it happened sooner than it was natural to happen, but it
because of
wasn't like that.
because of the medication being administered. Is that what you mean? Yeah.
But that was just taking away the pain, and
Absolutely it
you
was.
know, I just, yeah.
Absolutely it was. Okay, let's give some real clarity here for you and for your brother from your okay, and your mum saying that although she knew it was time for her to go, she was holding on to. Oh, okay. And this is what your brother can feel in his heart, that uh, sorry. This is what your brother can feel in his heart too, and that is that your mother was pulling on you both, of course, because she didn't want to leave. So she was pulling on your hearts because she didn't want to leave, and yet your whānau, your family, were there on the other side, ready to greet her and for her to cross over. So she was there was this pull both ways, and that's what your brother has been left with. Hence, if I remember rightly, you saying before about his heart, it's been weighing heavily on his heart, and that's what it is. That's what it is. And your mother's saying that she's sighing. She's sighing. 'Cause she's saying that she didn't want it to be like that. And she's also saying that your brother was coming to terms with it all. Coming to terms with it. There's a lot happening right now and a lot shifting. A lot of comfort coming through. A lot of comfort. That's what's happening. A lot of healing, a lot of comfort. There's 7 of your whānau, of your family, that have gathered around you and your brother and your family that are still here and bringing a lot of comfort. And they're showing me smoothing out and I'm smoothing over my heart, and for your brother too. And then your mother's also saying, please, can you, please. She's saying it's important in our time together. And she's laughing. She's saying it's really important. She's not letting me go. She's not letting me go. And she's saying it's really important. It's very important. And she's sort of looking like this at you, and she's saying it's very important that you find it in your heart, and you find it, in your own quiet moments in the next, coming days. That it's important that you let the sense of responsibility shift and fall away with your brother. We all grieve in different ways. And also, hang on, I'm just going to go sideways a little bit here and say to you that this healing will continue, will continue over the next week for you all. That's come through from that's coming through. They're saying, hey, they're saying to me, that's coming through from your whānau, that it will continue, so that you are supported. You all are supported, so that this can be worked through. Feels very hui, Feels very hui in our language means meeting, but it means more than that. It means a sorting out of things, So that things will be smoothed through, will be sorted through, and so that your role, that's right, that your role shifts, into a lot less carrying of the mamae, of the burden, of the responsibility, so that you can soften, and come back into your heart, less out of the mind and the responsibility and all that, that heaviness.
Mm.
And then for your brother as well, that he can in his own beautiful way receive this healing. There's nothing for him to do, and it all comes with so much aroha, so much love for you all. Yeah, your mum's so grateful. She's going, she's so glad that she's been able to. Yeah, okay, let's take a big breath out, you and I, eh?
Yeah.
Big breath. And another. And then a big stretch up. Yeah, that's better, eh? Because there's just been a lot on your shoulders. A lot. You took on that role very seriously and beautifully. Now it's time for things to shift, eh? Shift, move, soften for you. Yeah. So there is nothing that you need to do. You've come here with a beautiful open heart. The healing will continue, and then you just give yourself a big hug and go and have a big cup of tea and a big feed after this, and celebrate yourself. And your mum is just, I'm going like this, and she's wanting to warm you and comfort you, and she's thanking you for being here and being there and being everywhere, and your beautiful big heart. And she's crying a whole river. She's crying a whole river of happiness, and she's grabbing your hair. She's grabbing your hair and just comforting you, and there's so much love and comfort. So, and it's making me have a wee little tonguey because I'm just so happy.
Awesome, thank you.
Absolute pleasure. It's so beautiful to meet you, and go gently and aroha nui.
Thank you, ngā mihi.
Yeah, pleasure. Bye for now. If you can just press the little cross up there on the top of the screen, and
cool. Thank you.
Okay, pleasure. Bye for now. Oh, amazing. Wow, beautiful. Goodness gracious. I have my tissue box is empty, so excuse all my sniffing. Oh wow, how beautiful, how absolutely beautiful. And thank you all for joining. And if you've been here for the whole time, thank you as well. And as you can see the different energy. You can see the different energy, when I bring in through your dearly departed loved ones, and it's pretty obvious that it's them, because her mother's beautiful gentle presence, and then I've just forgotten the woman I read for before, her auntie Lena that came through, Jane was her name, came through, big presence, and it shifts the energy and shifts the whole dynamic. Pretty amazing. So yeah, kia ora, ngā mihi nui, which means thank you for being here. Amazing. If you'd like to book in with me, again, my name is Lisa. I'm a psychic medium and shamanic healing practitioner here in New Zealand. If you'd like to book in with me, and I didn't pin it to the top there, my website is lisajanemyers.com. It easily does time zone conversion, and it also tax payment. It's super amazing. So yeah, and lovely to see you all, and I'll catch you here this time next week. Aroha nui, which means lots of love, and take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. And mā te wā, bye for now. Aroha nui.